I know what you're thinking, and the answer is yes. Welcome to my channel, everybody. My name is Bear. Three reasons why you're going to like this channel. One, you're pursuing a dream and you're looking for other dream chasers. That's what we're doing here. Two, you're into game dev. That's the specific dream we're doing. And three, you're just looking to have a good time or just entrepreneurship. I guess that's four technically. But, anyways, we're going to have a good time today. I always think about these videos, and the frame that I use for them is how can I add value to the person who watches them. And I could go through what I learn every week, but a lot of what I learn is technical, which you can go buy a tutorial or a how-to video of any number of software. So instead of doing that, I'm going to try to take one layer back. So instead of going into Blender, for example, I'm going to show you the techniques that I used to learn Blender in 1 week. Now, am I a Blender master? No, but I got the job done, and I got it done in less than a week, having never messed with any type of 3D modeling software ever. So what I'm going to teach you today is how to learn something super fast. As a front-end engineer, I have had to learn so many libraries, so many different technologies over the years. And one thing I have learned is how to learn quickly. These skills first started when I did a 6-month-long dev boot camp, and they have served me well ever since then. And what we're going to talk about today is how I've refined that with today's technology. So at the time when I did the boot camp, what I'm going to show you today was not available. So you can learn even faster than I did back then. So you're going to see me looking over here. And if you are wondering why, it's because I've written up a little bit of a script. And I'm going to tell you about how I learned Blender really fast. And then at the three things that I used to learn Blender really fast. And then at the end, I'm going to do a little technical show. Nothing crazy, just to show you what the game progress that we've got. And I think you're going to enjoy it. So number one is the magic words. So you've got to know the right words. Man. So if you are wanting to learn something new that you've never learned before, the magic words, or another way to say it, is the vocabulary. So step one is the vocabulary. So if you want to learn something fast, my recommendation is using AI. Now, I know some people get mad as soon as you mention AI, and I just roll my eyes at them. Imagine in the 90s being mad at the internet. That's how you sound. Because when people are mad about AI, it's not going to go away. It's just not. And you either use it so that it benefits you, or you just sink into the age of the dinosaurs. So the choices are yours. So I use AI when learning, and I can't imagine a better teacher. So specifically what I'm using is ChatGPT. And when I say the magic words, what I'm saying is you need to figure out the vocabulary for the skills that you're working in. I don't care if you're working on a vehicle, plumbing, front-end engineering, back-end engineering. To get even more specific, let's say you're doing front-end, but you need to learn React. Let's say you're doing back-end, but you need to learn Python. Whatever, painting, it could be anything. Whatever you're learning, you need the vocabulary. And so what I'll do with ChatGPT is I'll tell ChatGPT what my goal is. Hey, ChatGPT, I am importing a 3D model into Blender, and I need to manipulate its animation and manipulate it. What are the words I need to be able to do this? And boom, it'll spell a vocabulary lesson. And once you start to get those magic words, then you're going to be able to, I'm probably going super long. Oh, nice. 4 minutes in. Okay. So once you get the vocabulary, then you can move on to the next thing. Oh, that's what it was. So once you get the vocabulary down, you'll know the jargon. And then when ChatGPT, or if you go to the documentation of whatever thing you're working on, when they use those weird words, you'll know what it means. And you don't even know how to think about something entirely new until you have the words to use. I'm going to say that again. You don't even know how to think about a thing until you have the words to use. So that's the first step. The second step that I use for ChatGPT to learn super quick is I take my expertise. So I know front end engineering really well. And so whenever I step into something, I'll go to ChatGPT and I'll say, hey, I'm using Blender for the first time. Can you explain it to me and use analogies and teach me making sure to use front end engineering examples? Because that's what I know, and I want you to teach me in a like manner, because your brain will make associations with that very quickly. And so whatever your expertise in, if it's working on vehicles, even if you're not an expert in anything, explain it to me in terms of lawn care. It will do it. Explain it to me, just whatever thing that you currently understand, ask ChatGPT to explain to you the new thing in a way that relates to that. And that will help you. That's make you move lightning fast right there. And then thirdly, when ChatGPT is talking to you, have it explain things to you like you're a child. You don't want to have ChatGPT explain it to you like it normally does. Have it explain it to you, and you'll tell it. You'll say, hey, I don't understand that. And then it'll explain it. You'll say, hey, I don't understand this word in that explanation or this word. I need you to break this down like I'm somebody who's never used this before. And that will, and then it will break it down for you like a fifth grader. And a bonus point. Here's a bonus point when you're learning something new. Is don't try your best to not get discouraged. The hardest part of learning something new for me is not the mental piece. It's the emotional piece, which I guess your emotions are in your head. But it's not the logic. It's not the lack of understanding. It's the emotional piece. Can you get it wrong 100 times and still show up with that same level of enthusiasm? And obviously, I'm not talking about character failure here. I'm talking about, so with engineering, with coding, gosh, I can't tell you how many times I've almost got it right, and then I'm just wrong, and do it again, and do it again, do it again, and it turns out you were off by a comma or a punctuation mark or you name it, whatever small thing it was. And so managing your emotions is huge when learning something new. So start there, and what I'll do is I'll imagine myself as if I'm already succeeding, and that brings me a lot of encouragement and helps me to stay focused. So let's go ahead and to recap the three things we talked about. So if one, you got to get the magic words. So ask ChatGPT for the vocabulary lessons. 2, then ask it for a high-level overview of said skill set. So for me, it was Blender, whatever your thing is. But ask it and use analogies from something that you're already somewhat an expert in. And then 3, ask ChatGPT or AI to teach you like a child. Say, hey, teach me like I've never done this before. And then copy its explanation and go, hey, I didn't understand this part. Copy it and go, hey, I didn't understand this part, and paste it. I mean, it'll get as granular as you want. And then the bonus one was the emotional piece. So just try your best to recognize that your frustration is normal and that you're just learning something new. And so I hope that's helpful for y'all, because that's how I went from 0 to what I'm about to show you in Blender in less than a week. So let's go ahead and hop on over. Boom. Okay, so let's look at what we got in Blender. Okay, so this is our shark, and he's got a bunch of animations, and I'll show you. So what I did this week was I messed with the mesh and the bones. I'm still trying to get the vocabulary for it myself. I'm only a week into this. But in that last animation, there was a part where his mouth opens. And so I took the single body of the shark, I broke it up into 2 objects. I attached the two objects, the second object being his jaw. I attached the meshes so that when his jaw opens, it looks a little more natural. Here it comes right here. Nope, right here. Boom. And I also attached the textures to the outside of the shark. And I learned how to export from Blender and import into Unreal. That sounds simple if you're used to... I've never had something of this level of complexity for exporting and importing. There's 1,001 settings. The best analogy I could give would be something like, imagine you're trying to move a car from one driveway to another, and then there's a setting for every single tiny piece of the car. It's almost that granular. So when you go to export, there is no export all. It's like you have to manually choose the right pieces. And if you don't, which I didn't, I exported it wrong 3 or 4 times, and then I imported it wrong 3 or 4 times. So, that's 4 hours right there, or 6 hours of just trying to get that process done because it takes a while. Well, maybe, okay, I'm exaggerating. It wasn't that long, but it was a very, very, very long process. And so, yeah, right there's many, many hours of exporting and importing. So I hope this helped today. I can show y'all a little more. Oh boy. There we go. I can show y'all a little more. So we'll dive in here. And I'll show you in advance what I'm going to be working on today. So here's our guy. Here's our shark. He's right smack in the middle of the thing. And so you can see I'm shooting Unreal icons, those discs circling the guy. Those are going to be replaced with the shark. And so the shark is what's going to hit this guy and slow him down and do some other things to him. So, yeah, that's what we're working on. That's a little snippet into our game. And then before that, I explained about the processes that helped me do this in less than a week, having never done anything like this before. There we go. So I hope this video was helpful for you in whatever endeavor you're trying in. And I really appreciate y'all tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Please consider donating to our Patreon. It's me and 2 other co-founders, and the 3 of us are all trying to make this dream a reality, and your support would mean the world to us. So please consider it. If not, check out the website in the link, and you can follow us on our socials. That's also a big help, just getting the word out there. And that's it. I really appreciate it, and I hope y'all are having a fantastic day, and I will see you all next time. See ya.